And I told him I'll send him a copy of the link for him to jump on.
Boy, send it
I
to him.
forgot.
You know his email?
Well, shit, I don't know how I'm gonna do it while we on this.
Boys turn to men in the games that we played under the sun. Life's lessons came raw. Every challenge faced made us stronger for sure. Running through the dirt with our dreams in the race, competing for respect. Every heart was in place. Those playground rules, they became our creed. From basketball courts to the fields of speed, we hustled and flowed with every passing day, learning how to stand up when life.
You know his email?
No, I don't know his email. You know what I mean? I just do it through, with, like we've been doing it.
All right, I can do that.
Through message.
I can do that. Is he off tonight?
Yeah, he said that he on Tuesday between this time he good.
All right, send it to him right now.
I'm glad we could finally hear the song.
Yeah.
Every week somebody comments on this.
You know what I mean? So now you get to hear what it's actually saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you hear the whole song.
Yeah.
I just sent it to him, man.
Okay. Hopefully you jump on.
Yeah, hopefully you can. You know what's funny? I finally listened to this whole song today.
Yo. That describe us. That's the schoolyard for real.
Yeah.
When I was doing it, I sampled it and you put the stuff in, but I just never really listened to the whole song. So I was right. I had to be somewhere today. So let me check it out today.
Yeah.
So I listened to it to the end. It's funny because I pulled up to this light and this girl started dancing. She in the corner, man. So welcome to another episode of Schoolyard, man. Yours truly, Chris Pender Sr.
Vincent, Everyday Saturday Scott.
And Kevin KP Puckett.
These names, KP. Tommy was using Maurice last week.
Maurice.
Man. So tonight we got an interesting topic, man. It's something that's been a hot topic all over the place, man. And that's about what they're doing in gerrymandering the states, changing the districts so we can't vote, vote out, trying to get rid of Black history in the schools.
Mm-hmm.
Even Delaware University is incognito pulling down the African American stuff. Did not snatch all at once. So this is happening all over the place, man. So and DL Hughley and some other people came up, which I thought was some good ideas, but it kind of sparked some debate. So I'm going to talk about tonight different ways how we should respond. And so I want to start here. One of the things he said I thought was a good idea. He said if African American athletes who are really good should not go to a school in the state where they're doing that. He was like, he said if they redistricting and they trying to erase it, he said we shouldn't go there.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I agree with that. 100%.
Exactly.
So what are your thoughts on that? I mean, I know you agree, but you want to go a little deeper, or you?
Well, my thoughts is this, and I always been saying this for a while. Even before like a lot of this stuff actually started coming to fruition, is that all of our Black athletes, actors, millionaires, billionaires, it's enough money for us to build our own city, like Tulsa again. You know what I mean? Put money into our schools. Okay, they don't want us to teach. They don't want to teach Black history. Build our own schools. Teach nothing but our history. But they, you know what I mean? They don't put no money into the community like that, man. They
Yeah.
take all the money out. You know what I mean?
And the terrible thing is that throughout history, every time we got together as a people and built something like that, I found a way to tear it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight prejudice. You know what I
It's
mean?
funny because Kevin said there's a book called The $40 Million Slave. And this book's been out for a long time. I read it, I think, when I was in college. And Kevin, he talks about what you talked about. He talked about how when the only reason that the white university started letting black people in because they couldn't beat them.
Yeah.
When they would be gambling, they Robinson guys, they would get trashed.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So that's the only reason they started letting them in, because they wanted to compete. They wanted to be competitive.
Yeah.
Especially when players from HBCUs to go to the pros.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny you should say that, because when we could only go to our schools were the most competitive schools.
Exactly.
Right? When we could go nowhere else. So it's interesting how. Go ahead.
And not only in sports, in academics as well.
Yeah, we had the brightest and the best. Yeah, but opportunity came. People started going to each other's school because I guess they felt like an education from, Alabama was better than education from Grambling. And if you fast forward, the same thing's happening now until Deion Sanders came along. A lot of our athletes weren't even considered HBCUs.
Right.
They weren't even on the team.
Right.
Right.
So
I mean, you think about with most HBCUs now. We never were that prejudiced not to allow white athletes or white students, and so we have that, But usually, in the South and all around the country, you weren't allowed to go to their universities. But like you say, they found out they couldn't compete. And so much knowledge and inventions and everything come out of the black community that they had to give us a foot in.
Mm-hmm. Even with the realization is that our schools and our colleges, they wasn't funded like the white schools and white colleges.
Still,
what I mean? Public schools in America, and for blacks compared to whites get $23 more billion for schools than blacks. Black schools get 23 more billion.
Yep.
Like, come on,
Absolutely. I think the HBCUs is getting like $2 million a pop, something like that.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, but I mean, you see it now because I look at which is why I end up moving out the hood, which why I end up moving unfortunately, to the suburbs, because you see it. Absolutely right, man. Better schools, just better, infrastructures in the schools.
Yeah.
Better everything. They pay the teachers more.
Yeah.
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 So it's just a concept. So, but what happened to us? Because there used to be a time, man, where we had such pride in our community, where we had such pride in what we accomplished, man.
Yeah.
So what happened?
They infiltrated us with the broken homes, taking the fathers out.
Yep.
With welfare and things like that. Oh yeah, you can get this money from us, but you can't have a man present. So that took the fathers out, the stability of the house out.
And
then the second thing is, then they flooded the community with drugs in order to make a mad corporation.
Get drugs and guns. Yeah.
And I agree, but see, this comes down to us not knowing our history, because Napoleon Hill said people know their history doing repeat it, because that's how they took down Harlem Renaissance. That's how they took down Harlem the same way. Give drugs to this one black person who sells out, take it to the community, and it just goes. But it seems like every so often we fall for it. So I mean, how do we?
That's that selfish rule. You know what I mean? You got people
Did he say
so willing. Yeah. I got told you, it probably is high actually, because you always got those individuals that's more concerned with looking out for themselves than looking out for their community. You know what I mean? Even if it's going to destroy the community that they're in, as long as they prosper, they okay with it.
So let me ask you a question. What about the professional level? Do you think there's a responsibility for professional athletes to kind of some way get engaged. Like to me,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Because you got to look at it like this too. A lot of these professional athletes, you wouldn't be there without the support of your community.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you
Yeah.
have a right to get back to your community, man. To show up for your
Then,
community.
then we go back to that rule, Chris. 75% selfish.
well, I asked because so what would that look like? Like for instance, when Colin Kaepernick, that's the perfect situation. There were
Yeah.
people who look like us who don't from him from jump street, not even realizing what the mission was, not even realizing what he was trying to accomplish. Who
Hmm.
even as stuff was happening in real time, African Americans being killed by police officers, even
Yeah.
while it was happening, people still were getting on him.
Mhm.
I even found myself in discussions around the Star Spangled Banner. You know, um,
Yeah.
that part of that song is a racist song.
Is the rate right? Mm-hmm.
They don't even sing the stands anymore. You know how many of us don't know that? And he's boycotting the country. He wasn't, And the song you referred to was written by a racist who had
Mm-hmm.
slaves.
Right.
So how do you do it? Because again, they all remember when he was kneeling, man. It became
Yeah.
big
And
thing.
that was the perfect opportunity for those black
Yeah.
athletes to band together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But through selfishness being feared of being blackballed, although he did get blackballed, he did win his lawsuit and he got paid, but still
But
he never had a career after
but if
that.
they're all stuck together, he can't get blackballed.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
saying.
And my
That's what
and
I'm
my thing
saying.
and my thing is like this. If I've been in the league 3, 4, 5 years, I done already made $70 to $80 million.
Yeah.
So what can they do for me? You
Right.
gonna blackball me?
Well,
All right, I'm out of here with eighty
yeah.
million dollars.
Yeah, well, and then too, with 5 years in, you've been there long enough to get a pension from the
Yeah,
NFL. So
right.
they
And
gonna they gonna
that's
pay
going to be a
you. They
nice
gonna
little
pay
pay for
you.
life.
They gonna pay you forever anyway. So
Right.
But it's the age old game, divide and conquer.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
If
yeah,
I can, if I can get enough people to just feel like, you know, um, this is totally against the system. This is anti-American. Forget what America's done. You know,
yeah,
it's almost like the person says, "I got a black friend." You know what I mean?
Right.
They
Right.
just about their
Mm-hmm.
behavior. Oh yeah, I'm
yeah,
not. I got. So I think that's what happens. You see, like I look at football when you had Jerry Jones told nobody on the Dallas Cowboys better not kneel. And I'm thinking to myself, if you Dak Prescott, you
yeah.
he can't bench
Freddie,
all y'all because you know
Right.
what sports would look
but
like.
do
What's
You know,
going
you
on,
do
gang?
you? What's
Freddie
up,
Rock.
brother?
You know what sports would look like with all white people.
Yeah, for real.
Wouldn't be
I
no
didn't think
sports.
about that.
Right.
No,
Wouldn't be
no,
no sports.
no TV revenue, no
None of
nothing.
that.
But think about it, Fred. We talking about what's happening in America, African Americans, how to respond. So the first part we're talking about because D.L. Hughley and some other people, which I like the idea, suggested African American athletes not go to those schools, states where they're trying to reshape voting and tearing all black. They go to different colleges, and there's enough colleges to go to.
Yeah,
Right, right.
So everybody's talking about what their opinion is and what they think. So Kevin, you want to finish, and Fred, you can jump in here. Feel free to, my brother.
Go ahead, my man.
Was I was finished. Remember we was talking about how the
Oh, full
athletes.
responsibility. Professional athletes do they have responsibility
Right.
for this?
Yeah.
And what does that look like?
That's showing you, Fred.
Oh, I'm just coming in because heck, I done went through nine channels to get here.
Welcome to the club, bro.
Hey, look, man. I talked to K Puck on his birthday, and he was telling me you guys was getting together every Tuesday, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know.
That is
And
me.
I basically got bumped off my regular shift because I wouldn't have been able to do this. And I told Kay, I said, "Look, man, I'm off on Tuesday. I got to join you guys and
there you
stuff."
go. Get in here, bro. Get in
We
here.
You
talk
know? And from my understanding, y'all have interesting conversations, and basically, a lot of it is life conversations, not just
Mhm.
some BS walking around the corner.
Yeah,
You know, and the key point is, I'm talking to my brothers and my friends from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You
Hmm.
know, Me and Cat Puck, we now all of us know there was a playpen in the house when you was a kid.
Let's get
So
back on track.
me and Cat Puck came from the playpen.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get back on track. We can talk about the playpen, man. Let's get back on track.
Well, I didn't know. Look, you threw
But it's funny.
You threw it at me, and I came with what I had. Now you tell me I'm getting off track. Come on, Chris, let's go.
This show always gets back to our roots in the schoolyard. That's one thing, Fred, that happens every time we're on this show. We talk about how the schoolyard prepared us for how to and what not to do. But I think this point we're talking about now is huge because you know, every day they try to turn back the hands of the clock every day.
But
if you change the voting, and because the next topic we'll get into it, because we got folk who don't vote.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
Yeah.
And I mean, this, you know, I mean, like I said, I think it was last week. When you don't vote, you don't have an opinion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but the thing about that is, you gotta, you know, this is the right situation to put the right people in position to oppose I call him the orange man. I don't know what y'all call him.
He's been called a lot of different stuff.
Yeah,
Orange man has been one of them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you have to put the right people in place to oppose what this cat is doing, because I look at it and he has no regard for any standards that has been set before any president in the history of this country.
Yeah.
Now, but don't get me wrong, because you know, I use my right to vote because of what our ancestors and Martin Luther King and them went through to get us this right to vote.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, do I believe in my vote when I vote? Hell no. But I mean, I'm being truthful. You know, I vote Democrat. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know these people. Never heard of them. Never seen them until a month before election.
Yeah.
So it's hard for you to put the right people in the place that you think that's going to help you, because that's like me walking up to you, Vince, and you just met me. I'm not like, look, invest this $1,000 in this business I got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think
come on, man.
I hear exactly what you're saying, but some of that falls back on us that we got to do our homework.
That's right.
Some of us only
you got to do your research.
Only vote in the main election. We don't pay attention to the primaries, and the primaries we make a change in. That's the focus you got to get out. I think when I hear people say it don't matter, if it didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying to redistrict. They wouldn't be trying to change the scales, because it does matter. They tell us it don't matter. Because did you realize the last two elections, the number of votes, the difference in the election was less than the amount of people who didn't vote, especially in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Pennsylvania, the number of people who didn't vote.
And the thing is, if you think about it, they probably see the handwriting on the wall. And so they want to make it even more difficult for some people to get out and vote, because maybe more people have got the message that, you know, well, anyway, by law, he ain't supposed to be able to run next time around anyway.
Right. Well, he ain't supposed to be in there now, but that's another story.
He should actually be impeached
right
now.
Well, he should actually be in prison.
Yeah, how about that?
Well, let me say this to y'all, and this is my conspiracy theory. He's going to have his vice president run for president and run as his vice president, which he feels as though that cat will win. And if he does win, he's going to step down and he'll be president again for the third time. Okay? Watch the moves this cat makes.
He want to be the king. That's what he want to be.
Well, he want to be a dictator.
I somewhat agree with you, but my point is, this is why we got to vote. This is why, like now,
absolutely. That shit in the butt before you even get a chance.
They're trying to push the.
Hold on, let me hear what Chris saying. Chris, what'd you say, Chris? I'm sorry.
They're overturning things now. The judicial system, which sometimes work, so we can still vote. This way, you got to get vote. You got to get rid of all them little Clarence Thomases, all those guys, you know, them under, you got to get rid of them. The people at our level, we have it, who've been in office for 10 years, and they did squat. You got to, you got to start.
Right.
Kev made an excellent point. You know, most of our inner cities are governed by black people, and we got the worst schools.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
There's no fight. We don't have any fight.
They closed 17 schools in Philly. You think 17 schools? If that had been Stokely Schoolyard, there would have been 1,700 people there. If they would have been 17 schools, and it wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't like overflowing with people.
Yeah.
So I think
they just accept it. You know, it's like people are just accepting stuff and they not fighting in this.
Well, let me say this also. Being homeowners, the school tax went up, and you're going to close 17 schools. Where my money going?
Yeah,
in their pocket overseas.
Yeah.
So the homeowners should have been more outraged than the parents of the children.
Well, but I go a step further.
Go ahead.
The soda tax is supposed to fund the school. Where's that going?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nobody questions that.
well, let's go even further, Chris. Mayor Cutter raised the soda tax. He raised the tax on cigarettes, and he raised homeowners' taxes. I thought it was a direct plight at me. I own a home. I smoke and I drink drink soda.
Yeah, that's directly towards you.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
So I don't get where they pose tax on this, tax on that, because it's for this, it's for that. And then you turn around and now you're closing schools.
Well, one, we don't vote. And I say this. If you go back and look at it, especially in the primaries, we don't vote. We complain, but we don't vote.
Well,
the second thing is they constantly tell us that it don't matter why they vote. They constantly tell us that it don't make any sense for us to vote, and they going out in numbers to vote.
Yeah.
They constantly tell us it's not important, but then they, like down south, you can't even give somebody a bottle of water now who's been standing in line to vote, for hours.
Right.
So it does matter. They just tell us it don't matter, and we fall for it because if every black person got on and voted, it would change. It's not going to change overnight. He's in office right now because the people who said I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because she's a woman.
Yeah.
The people who sat out there and said, who stood up and said, man, I'm not going to vote. Yeah,
he's going to win anyway. He's going to win anyway.
He's going to be good for black people.
Let me enlighten you a little bit, Chris. I'm the commitment 11-1. I go door to door. I put flyers, everything, try to get the people out. Even the old people, I say, look, if you need a ride, here's my phone number. So I understand you're saying we're not getting out the vote, but it's not like in my district, I'm not trying to get them to vote.
It's not about us trying. I used to work the polls, right? And I don't
work the polls.
I'm not saying nobody's trying. I used to work the polls. And I will see people come and bring their parents and they don't vote. They would come bring their parents to the poll, man, and don't vote. I've seen it. And what I'm saying is there's a lot of people knocking on doors. There's a lot.
You in the building and won't vote.
But ultimately, the responsibility to vote falls on the person who has to vote. We can knock on 1,000 doors. That's not no shade on you because you doing what you're supposed to do. But those people who receiving it, they should be voting, man. I say this all the time. I love black barbershops. We solve every problem in the black barbershop, but then most people say they don't vote. They can solve real peace in the barber. And some of the ideas be really good.
And they don't vote.
But we don't need a barbershop.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But a lot of that, like I said, a lot of that falls on us as well, should go out and cast our vote. But I think it's just a lot of people just feel so let down.
I agree.
When they feel as though they both don't mean nothing. It's like how you look at how they doing things now, and even when Trump got back in there, blatant stealing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think a lot of people is now like, man, what's the point?
You know what? That's why you get out and vote. So you make it so overwhelming that they can't bamboozle you.
But you know what, Kevin?
You had so many people that didn't vote.
Mm-hmm.
Made it easy.
You just shared
Well,
the you just
my
shared the
my
phone.
my thing is, I believe that the Supreme Court should not be held above the law as far as, oh, once you in for life.
I
That's
agree.
crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
And then you got everybody. You either do 2 years or 4 years. I say once you're 2 years up, revamp the whole system. You can run for another 2 years. Let another person come in for 2 years. See what that what that will uphold.
Yeah.
Fresh ideas, fresh people with different concepts
I agree
that
with you. I
that
mean,
may that may flip the script.
I agree with you 200%, Fred. The
yeah,
issue is one. I'll back up to what Kevin said. Kevin, you just gave the formula that they use. They want you to be hopeless because when you're hopeless, you don't
yeah,
fight back.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
When
That's what they want.
they can make you
Yeah.
feel a sense of hopelessness, man, you surrender.
That's
Mm-hmm.
what they want.
Right.
You want to
They
get
Yeah.
want you. They
I'm
want you
going
to
to work.
feel like your vote don't count.
Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to workshop in the shelter on Monday, and I'm talking to homeless people who don't vote. You of all people should be out there voting.
Right. Right.
No,
Especially if you got the right to.
but they
Yeah.
got a sense of hopelessness. And then to move over what Fred said, yeah, the problem with it is, Fred, we don't support that. If you were to get up there on your soapbox and say, yo, let's vote this in, let's start, doing recalls and stuff like that. Yeah. But when it's time to vote, folks don't show up. I agree with everything you said. But Fred,
Yeah.
I know that we're not the smartest 4 people in the world. I know people
No,
have
you're not.
thought about this in this country before.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
how it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it comes down to. How do you
But
make it happen?
but let me ask you, the 4 people that's standing here, well, sitting here, uh, our ideas are not iconic.
That's what I just
These
said.
ideas, these ideas hold water. It hold reference.
Yeah.
So if we can come up with it, like you said, there are smarter people out there than us. Why can't they figure it out?
But
I
this goes
mean, it's a simple fact.
yeah.
It's simple. You need to vote. You know what I mean? I can't express how much you need to vote. If you don't vote, you can't even say, oh man, he's such a bad president. You didn't vote. You know what I mean? Make your opinion count.
But that's
Uh,
how you control people.
That should be important to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I
If
feel
you
like I can complain like hell. I voted.
yeah.
Yeah.
But for
Like I
that,
said,
but
I
for
vote.
that idiot, but I can play my ass off.
Uh-huh.
But if you control the
Excuse the
narrative,
language.
if you can control how people think, and you
I'm the
Mm-hmm.
first person
that
to vote.
you win. Because what
Yeah.
happens
Right.
is if I can go into a room and I can convince a bunch of people. See, first of all, I'm back up. We spoiled. Because one thing we learned about being in the schoolyard was being an individual. We did. We
Yeah.
learned that schoolyard, man. Yo, we were a team, but we were individuals. People not learn
Mm-hmm.
that. I talk to adults, man, who do stuff because other adults did, or they'll
Yeah.
just repeat what somebody said on TV.
Yeah,
Like,
said
listen,
it. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
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 absolutely no sense. Like when I hear a
Yeah.
black person say that Trump did more for black people than like, what? What are you talking about?
Hey, let me tell you. I wasn't going to bring it up until we got later on, but because we talking about voting. A couple of people I know, blacks, when Trump was running again, they said they was voting for Trump because that motherfucker, because he gave them money when he gave out that
They
reach.
gave him a check. They gave him a check.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
But
is
they
you for
don't.
real?
But what they don't realize is you've been
That was
paying it
already a
back ever
fund for that.
since.
That was
You've
there,
been
but
paying.
that was, he didn't give
Obama
us
and Biden
nothing.
did that. Yep.
You've been paying it back ever since, though.
But
Yeah,
the
but
key point
he
is,
never gave it to us.
it was
It was
already written on the books before this cat even cut a
right.
check.
Yeah.
That's it. It was a emergency fund.
But
So
this
he
Yeah.
ain't really give you nothing. It was already there. It's just that
Yeah.
what was that? What was the virus?
COVID.
COVID.
Yeah, when the COVID virus came up, that's what that funding was for. So, but they act
Yeah.
like he gave them a bunch of money because he was giving out $600 and shit like stuff like that. Like,
What they
Yeah.
don't
Well,
realize is that was already signed by Obama and Biden. He just
yeah,
exactly.
put his name on it because he was
Exactly.
announced. The second thing
Right.
about it, come on, man.
Right.
I'm not. Please don't misinterpret what I'm saying. But what do you do $600?
Yeah.
Yo,
But
I mean, seriously, if you got a family and you got perfect example. I got into a discussion the other day. Gas is $5 a gallon.
Yes.
So
$5,
it takes me
Mhm.
almost twice as much to fill my car up now. I used to be able to fill my truck and my car up for now what it's to fill my Jeep. And then that's not even counting what you do. I stopped past the Wendy's the other day to get 2 burgers. $24.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, so
It's
$600,
ridiculous.
you put
Yeah.
that in there, it don't mean anything.
Go
Right.
ahead, Kev. Hey, Kev, chime in on that one.
It
But
don't mean anything.
I went to the Waffle House the other day.
That's gonna be good. Whenever Kev get that close.
For takeout,
We was
all
talking-
I wanted was a sandwich. Ordered the sandwich. He came back with a bill for $15. I said, wait a minute. $15 for a turkey sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich? Yo, they charge 20% to go tax.
to go tax.
To
Damn.
go tax. 20%. And they tell you how I break it down. 10% go to the cook, and the other 10%, they making you pay a tip to the staff.
Yeah.
So you gonna make me pay 20% on something I'm not even getting served?
Yeah. I'm not sitting down at a table.
I'm not right. Nobody waiting on me. Like, come on, man.
But think about that. So $600, Kevin. Yo, you go eggs and all that stuff. $600 don't last long. And then
It's
No,
one trip.
don't last
You
at
go to
all.
you hit the market up twice, it's gone.
So
Shoot,
I hear
twice.
people say that. I hear people say that, and I feel bad for them because that little bit of money, yo, we all on here got wives. You know what I'm about to say. My wife can spend that in the mall in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Right. I ain't, look. My
At the
son can
mall.
spend it in like 5 minutes.
Wait a minute. At the mall, Amazon ain't pulled up in front of your house.
Amazon. Hey, let me tell you, when they go past and don't stop, they wave at me when they see me outside.
I know what you're saying.
Amazon,
Because they know you.
I'm on the route. So
They
what I'm
say,
saying,
not today, Chris.
Yeah.
what I'm saying, for that money,
not today, Chris.
yeah, but you sell out for that little bit of money, and you
Yeah.
know we got kids, and Kev, you got a young son, Vince. You know, yo, that's the next generation we talking about. We screw
Yeah.
the next generation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
But
screw
what
the
a
next
lot of
generation.
people didn't look at with that is okay, you got $600, but then your taxes went up and they got $1,000 back.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So they just flipped it. They flipped it on you and you lost.
Mm-hmm. And they still losing because now
Yeah.
you saying because this guy gave you some money more than Obama or whatever did, you want to go out and vote for him. And now look at the situation we in.
Yeah.
Won't be getting that money
Or,
again.
or you didn't vote, whatever the
Yeah.
case may be.
So, but that takes me to my next point. As we go on time, do you think it's time that we start boycotting? You know, that we
Yes.
boycott businesses,
Most
that we
definitely.
just say,
Shit,
and you talked about earlier. You
Yes.
talked about earlier, man. So
Yes.
I thought
absolutely.
I thought it was past time, bro. I've been saying that for a while, man. It's like we need to start taking our own money and take it away from it, man. Even back when Gucci, Timberland, Tommy Hilfiger, Louis Vuitton, when all those cats were saying they didn't make their clothes for black people,
Black people, yeah.
but we
That should
made
have
them
been
the richest
it.
designers in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Timberland wasn't making no money. Timberland was about $40 a boot until we
Yeah.
started wearing it.
they're work boots. Remember, they're work
You know what I'm
boots.
saying? Exactly. And only white people wore them at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you
come
can
on,
go.
man.
You can go all the way back to Adidas.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did running them do?
They-
My Adidas.
Yeah.
After running them said my Adidas, Converse almost went out of business.
Yeah, because we started winning.
And Nike didn't come back until Jordan.
Well,
Yeah.
Nike was Nike figured out, and if you fast forward, it's the same thing when they were trying to get Nike to get rid of Colin Kaepernick, and Nike refused to do it. And I remember this, the guy, the CEO said, he says, all those people you see on TV burning sneakers and burning sweatsuits, they getting their stuff off the rack. He said, our customers are the ones we got to go in the back and get the sneakers.
I know that's right.
Yeah, they spend $400 or $500 for a pair of sneakers. So they
Right.
really can't get rid of Colin Kaepernick. But that's the buying power we have. And So like I say this all the time. Can you imagine if we just said we're not going to Chick-fil-A for a month? Every black person said we're
Trash,
not going to Chick-fil-A for a month.
Yeah.
Next month we're not
trash,
going to Walmart. Next month we're not going to
Hey,
Target.
hey,
Yep.
newsflash.
Right.
I've never been to Chick-fil-A.
But I'm in everybody. Fred is a Chick-fil-A around here. Is an African American one around here in the Cheltenham Mall, and he got a second one around here. I talk to other people. He do more business, than the rest of them put together because you got folk coming all place to the Chick-fil-A. Fred, Monday through Thursday night. You think it's Saturday night? That line on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They
crazy.
crowded every day. Chick-fil-A always have a line.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Well, see, this is what me and Cab Puck gonna do. We're gonna pull up on Sundays, sell chicken sandwiches right next to Chick-fil-A and call it Side Chick.
You're gonna win because they ain't open. They
You
ain't
know
open
what?
on Sunday.
Hello.
You're gonna
And
win.
you know what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do, Fred? You know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I got my camera because y'all going to jail.
Ain't no y'all. I ain't get out there selling nothing.
And the name ain't gonna help you none at all, Side Chick.
Why not?
That's clever. It's clever. You going to jail.
Yeah.
Look.
Man, we going to jail.
What they gonna do?
You out there
Take us
selling
to
Side
jail.
Chicks?
We ain't
Why?
got no
They
license.
close on
Oh,
Sunday.
no,
So you gonna win
no.
on Sunday.
I already got my LLC, bro, and my EIN. No, and that ain't even a part of it.
But you gotta have you gotta be certified. You need the health department, all that stuff, man.
Chris,
Chick-fil-A will get this guy for a problem.
Okay, I'll just say this:
That's gonna be over.
Fast Freddy's Chicken and Barbecue
That's fine.
LLC. Okay, I already got all that stuff. I was just making a joke,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. If you want to dig into it, but I am certified, and I have my license to sell food in Philadelphia.
But you can't go. Well, first of all, Cheltenham, you can't go on another restaurant property, Fred. It was funny. It was. I agree with you, and I get your fly. I get what you're saying. I do, but it's not that simple.
It's a mall, Chris. It's a mall.
Well, let's stay on topic, yo. Let's stay on topic.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's stay on topic.
This goes back to this is what Kevin. I think this goes back to what we said earlier. We need a plan, a real plan. What you talked about earlier about schools and because they all fit together. They all fit together, man. Revenue to pay for schools, so we're not worried about soda tax. We're not paying for this. Revenue to pay teachers because asking a black male to become a teacher right now, and he's not making enough to support his family. That's crazy. As this guy, and he got to buy his own supplies.
And on top of it, he's not respected.
So you're seeing fewer and fewer of those guys. I'm in these schools, man, and I don't blame the guys, man. You want to see more teachers, but like I'm married, I got kids. I can't. It's hard for them. Even the ones who really want to be there. It's like, I got a couple kids now who now I got to put my kids in private school because it's the state school system anyway. So it's a vicious cycle, and I think because we don't have our own. And you said it earlier, Kev, the number you said was astonishing. I don't know if you remember repeated about the amount of money that goes to our school versus their school.
It's a difference of $23 billion that goes to the white schools compared to what the black schools get.
That is huge.
I can agree with that.
So I
can agree with that totally.
I think until we come up with a funding source, and like Kev, I thought your idea was perfect. We got to put all those things together. But I give you the perfect example. We only support. I remember when I was living in Mount Airy, and it was a Chinese store in the corner and a black store in the corner. Everybody got mad because the black guy had a high security guard because you were stealing from him. You weren't stealing from the Chinese store,
right?
And so everybody was patronizing the Chinese store. So eventually, the black store went out of business. And so we that income tax come around, Kevin. To your point, nobody can get a big screen TV every year. Nobody. But we don't put the money back into the community. We don't put it into a college fund. We go buy big screen TVs, which are made by somebody else. And a lot of times we go in the store who, if it wasn't for us buying stuff, don't like us anyway.
Don't like us anyway.
Yeah.
But
we like your money, but we don't like you.
Yeah.
So how do we change it? How do we? We
have a hard part and an easy part. I'm gonna say the hard part is us coming together.
That's the hard part.
You know what I'm saying? To work a plan. We can't work a plan when we got people sitting at the table and we coming up with a plan, and then you got people on the sides that's trying to, backdoor the plan. We all got to, us as black people got to all come together, like another Million Man March, but not just no march. $1 million pocket. You know what I mean? Start taking our money. So, and like I said, the easy part is it, man, is we got to start putting money back in our community. We got to start going to those black businesses, man, spending our money there. Those black designers, we got to start, supporting those black designers, man. You know what I mean? Whether they small
the black
or
dollar
large or
is so
whatever.
powerful.
Yeah.
The black dollar is so powerful that it's just crazy.
Hey,
You
do you
look
know?
number,
Do you know the number? Black people spend over $1 billion a year in the
Commodities.
You
You're right.
the commodity. $1 billion a year.
You look at the Target boycott when they dropped DEIA. They turned and ran quick. They got right. No, we need to put it back. Yeah,
But wait, but you see what happened though. As soon as they reversed it, what we do, we run right fuck back to Target. Give them that money again. No, we should have cut them. Period. You done.
You remember the movie Trading Places?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a scene in Trading Places that Eddie Murphy says, and it was a joke, but it's so true. You remember the guy asked him, "Why did you pick, pig feet and stuff?" And he said this. He said, "Because at Christmas time, black people sell their soul."
Yeah. Right.
So they buy the cheaper food because they buying gifts.
Right.
I think
something I heard the other day. I don't know if it was Dr. Umar or one of them speakers, but they made a hell of a point. They say we go out here and we'll spend all this money on a graduation and don't have no money for the kid to go to college.
Yeah.
But they'll come up with, you know what I mean, wearing $1,000, $1,200 sneakers, $1,000 suit, renting a Lamborghini or whatever for $1,500 and big party and all that.
And can't go to college.
Can't even go to college. They trying to get a grant to go to college.
Well, that's what they were talking about, like proms, thousands of dollars.
Excuse me for a second, guys.
Like the prom. You know what I mean? You spend all that money on the prom and ain't got nothing for your kid to go to college.
On the other podcast, Above Average Black Men, we did show the research. They said the average African American family spends, to Vincent point to your point, Kev, almost $5,000 on proms.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not graduations. To your point, you're renting the cars, having the big stuff out, blocking off the street. They spend almost $5,000, man.
That's crazy. And it's crazy.
And you trying to get a grant to send your kids to college, if they can go.
Well, see, I think that's another thing that people of color have to examine. College is not for everybody. I get it. However,
No, it's not.
The people on TV telling you don't send your kids to college. All their kids going to college.
Right.
All their kids going to college. So if you don't have a plan, I think that's another thing that's happened to us, and we talk about a lot. I think today's society, they don't push each other. They don't challenge each other.
No.
Everything is a competition. I'd rather see y'all fall, than you make it and I don't make it. And I think this goes back to what you said, Kev. We say this all the time. The schoolyard is a loss. It's done. I don't think there'll ever be another place like the schoolyard, man. So
I don't either.
Where are people learning this stuff at? They're not, because families.
No.
School is not teaching you. They're definitely not teaching you in college. So where are you learning it from? And to your point, Kev,
and your community ain't the same as it used to be.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like I said, we learn from the schoolyard and a community of people around us.
Yeah.
Well, it's a difference between a community and a neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Big difference. There's a big difference.
Yeah, we grew up in a community.
We
had a village. Everybody knew everybody.
Right. We had a village inside our neighborhood.
So as a close share with people, how did that impact the way you think and the way you move as an adult?
Can I go?
I'm sorry. Say that again. Say that question again. I ain't hear you.
Fred wants to go, then I'll say the question. Fred,
go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, Chris. You had started. Go ahead.
No, that was a good point that everybody made. So my question is, take a minute to share how we grew up, how that impacted you the way you think about voting, about, Fred talking about own your own business, all those things that you just don't hear now.
Well, I mean, as far as the owning your own business goes, I think that's something we learned through the years of growing. I mean, because both our households was all the same. Go to school, get a good education, get a good job, take care of your family.
Right.
Work hard.
But in our community, we had people that we seen face to face that had good jobs, that owned a store that was black. You know what I'm saying? That owned their own business or whatever that was black. So
Yeah,
we seen that. And not only did we see it, it was tangible to us. They talked to us.
yeah,
It was real.
Right.
It wasn't
Right.
stuff
yeah.
else. So now
We
these
wasn't in
kids
there
don't they
trying to rob them blind either.
right. These kids don't have that. We had Dr. J come in our community.
Yeah.
People
Yes.
like that. The kids today,
Yes.
they don't see nothing tangible in front of them. All they see is what they see on TikTok and destruction. That's it. We gotta get them out of that. We gotta show them there's other things. You don't have to go out here and down your brother. You can help your brother and learn from him at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, see, Kate, that's the real key to us getting back to each other. The black society, I don't know how it came about, but it became a thing where you were jealous of your brother. He's
Yeah.
Yeah,
making strides, and
you
instead
see,
of you wanting to help him stride, you want to bring him down.
you want to
Yeah.
see him fail. That's
Right.
And
that.
and and that's
That
that's the whole reason why we can't at this point gather our resources and
And we
make
don't
our whole race situation everything better.
and we don't share resources. We're not
Exactly.
we get the knowledge and we want to either keep it to ourselves or we want to sell it to our brothers.
That's
God, if
it.
I got a way, if I can make $1 million, why wouldn't I want the people around me to be able to make that same money?
Well,
Why would I
see,
say, okay, well, I can make you $1 million, but you got to pay me 100,000?
Yeah.
well, that
Like,
yeah,
come
I
on, man,
understand.
come on.
Well,
yeah,
Knowledge is
I'm
meant to
looking
be
at it.
shared.
I'm looking at it in the reverse crab effect. If I'm going up, I'm pulling somebody up with me,
yeah.
and hope that they pull somebody else up with them.
But you just got to hope that the person you pulling up is not the person that's trying to pull you down. See, that's the problem we have, man. We don't
Nope.
have no unity.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? We don't have no
yeah,
unity.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's only a handful of people that like I said, there's people right here, like us four right here.
Hmm.
If Chris was coming to my house and I had to make a run, he allowed to come in my house while my wife there and I'm not there. Same with
And
Vince,
stay.
same
Yeah,
with you.
yeah.
But certain
Exactly.
motherfuckers, if I ain't there, nah, bro, wait in the car till I get there. You're not, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Or come
No, I
with me.
know. I know what you're saying. I know exactly.
yeah.
Look,
You know what I'm
look,
saying?
look,
But I'm
look.
just
Come
saying
with
that.
me. Come with me. We
But
gotta make a run. We
my
gotta
thing
make a
is,
run.
my thing is, that's where it's like as a people, we don't we don't trust each other or we out to get something from one another. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what's
yeah.
separating us
yeah,
for every race. If you look at whites, Chinese, Jews, Indians, Mexicans, Puerto,
Spanish.
all of them, they
yeah,
they, they
Yeah,
work together. You know what I
yeah,
yeah.
mean? One
yeah.
person have a property, they'll build that property or that business up.
Look,
The next
they'll
family
have,
member move in, they'll go buy another one.
look, they'll have 5 families moving that property, and then they'll save to get another one.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
it. Yeah.
You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you another example. The Spanish that go to uh um why can't I think of it? Down the docks, right?
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's six dudes from six different restaurants buying the fish and the crabs and the shrimp at the same time. So now they're getting in bulk and they're getting a better price.
Yeah.
The
Right.
brothers, they'll go individually. They might pay $1.50 when the Chinese boy paying $1.10.
because
Well, the
everybody,
Spanish paying $1.
because everybody, the brothers thinking they getting over they getting over on somebody,
Yeah,
or somebody getting over on them. Oh, okay, well,
right.
dude, or I'm giving you my money. Why can't I get this? And no, it's always let me get over.
Yeah. And the thing is, with the brothers, somebody might have a better location than the other cat, and he's selling out. And this cat like, well, man, I put the same amount of money in. Why I ain't making the same amount of money as you?
It's
Hey,
back to the 75%, Chris.
there you go. There you go.
But I take it back to here. I think what we have now
Get that
is
boy. Down,
you hear me say
down.
this
Get you
85%. I
down.
think
80, 85, yeah.
we
Go.
have such a large population who don't know who they are. So because I don't know who I
Give me
am,
1 second.
well, I am worried about what Fred has. Because I
Right.
don't know who I am, I'm afraid Fred eventually gonna have more than me. You know, and I take it back. We talk about this every show. One thing we learned a lot of lessons in the schoolyard about life. At the time, Tommy and I talking about the day. At the time, we didn't realize it, but we did. We learned what a sense of community was. We learned what it was to trust each other.
Yeah.
We learned what it was to have a brotherhood and a connection. And now we're in a world where that's not being taught. We're in a world now where I want what Kevin has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's
I
the
don't.
problem.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I agree. But that's what I talk to kids in high school, kids in school, and they don't have a work ethic, man. They trying to figure out how to get over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
They trying
Yeah,
Everybody.
yeah,
yeah,
they scared.
yeah.
One guy told me I'm living in my mom's basement. I said, so wait a minute. I said, so what's got when you get a date? I'm gonna borrow a car. I don't know who works him or his mom, but that's his goal.
Wow.
Mhm.
Check this
Yeah.
out. When's the last time you heard a couple say they're gonna build their life together? Somebody either he got to have it when they come together, or she got to have it.
But she got
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
And we all know none of us marry rich.
Man.
Right.
Hell, I still ain't rich.
Well, I mean, everything we've accomplished together.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that line of thinking no longer exists, and because I work with every population, and I hear it amongst us, and it's funny because in our community, we used to live by hang our hat on. It takes a whole village to raise a child.
Right.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Like that. Now Kev talked about it earlier. We're splintered now. Like single family homes is not brand new.
Nope.
Yeah.
We've all seen it forever. The difference is now nobody cares about the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so those are the issues that we fight with. It goes back to what I was talking about before, Fred. And I applaud you for knocking on doors. Now, how do we get them to take advantage of what you're doing? Because you're making it easy for them. You're making it easy for them.
Well,
Yeah.
Chris, I even told him I'll come get you.
I've
Yeah.
heard people say that too.
I've offered rides to my older neighbors.
That's what I'm saying, Vince.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll come get you.
I
But if you're
mean,
not educated enough, to and again, I hate to keep harping what Kev said. Kev touched on these points, man. You don't know any better. You can't do better. That's a
Okay.
problem.
Right. Is that,
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
You talking
Yeah.
about it, Fred? How you keep black people down just like slavery? You keep us fighting against each other.
That's
Yeah.
it.
You keep
That's
us
it.
fighting over stupid
Yeah.
stuff. Man. Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
I hate that we have a crab in the barrel mentality,
Yep.
but I see it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
I
you
give you
see
a
it
perfect
every
example.
day.
You ever notice when Caucasian people help each other out? They're helping the family out. They're networking, and we call it nepotism. You ever notice that black people first
Yeah.
we call it nepotism.
Mm-hmm.
Every other ethnicity, they do it. They help each
They
other.
do it. Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
call it networking. They call it all kinds. Except
Yeah.
us, we got a name for it. We call it nepotism.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think and until we can kind of change how we think, and it starts with us, Kevin. With our kids, and but more importantly, we need conversations like this because there's some people who honestly, and I'm not defending them, they just don't know. Like the person who thinks $600, man, yo, if you got a diesel car right now, man, yo.
But and not only that, you have to look at yourself. So you mean to say your soul is only worth $600?
Yeah, but for some people it is.
Sold
You
your
know what I
soul
mean?
for $600.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? And look what you're getting for that
Well,
$600.
some people think in the here and now and don't look at the big picture.
Like
They,
we said
yeah,
several times before in a few
yeah,
podcasts. Some people
yeah,
just put it here and now. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
And
As
you
You ever
long
looking
as
had?
at
you
like
get in.
what's in front of you right here
Mm-hmm.
versus
I got a
down the
survey.
road.
They
Right.
just short-sighted,
Yeah.
Vince.
Yeah,
Short-sighted.
but
You
ask a
know.
bunch of people how much they value themselves. That's why they short-sighted, because they don't value themselves enough to think, did I deserve better? Mediocrity's become the norm. We always.
Yes.
It's funny because we talked. Tom and I were laughing at this today. Even when we played sports, we wanted to be the best. Even though we knew we wanted to be somebody better, we never went in there thinking, we were going to lose. Somebody's going to beat us. And that's the attitude we brought into life. We're going to be the best no matter what we do. And what if we dig in the ditch or whatever, we're going to be the best ditch digger there is.
Absolutely.
Mediocrity is the norm now. Mediocrity is, you hear people say, I hate this too. At least I'm not as bad as so and so. I don't know where we got that from.
Oh, man.
They pick the worst person in the neighborhood to compare themselves to. That's become the norm, man. I mean, even with their kids. Kev, you said it. I sit down with kids. I work with kids. You talk to the parents.
Right.
You don't have a computer. You got a computer. A PlayStation is not a computer.
No.
It's a distraction.
It's a gaming system.
Well, they think just because they get the weather on it, they got a computer.
Or they play the music on it.
It's a computer. Yeah.
I've had kids come to me and said, "Yo, Mr. Pender, which is why I wrote the children's book. Yo, man, that book don't have enough pictures in it. I'm middle school kids. They don't. Yeah, that book got enough pictures in it. And you talk to the parent. No, but you talk to the parent. The parent says, that is too much time. I'm just telling you. So you couple that with you said that's why they're not thinking ahead, Fred. That's why they're not, because their parents are not teaching them to think ahead. Every last one of us on this call, as much as we hated the den, our parents, we had discipline. I'm not talking about whooping discipline, but we had things we had to do.
Say what it is. There was some whooping discipline in there.
Yeah, but we did. Yeah. But there was another kind of discipline we all received about having expectations, having balance, having to work.
Right.
We have to talk about all the time. His dad said, "You can get every show."
When you out, you don't see just general respect for your fellow human being.
Oh man, please.
You know what I mean? Old lady standing up on the bus or the train.
No.
You know what I mean? Young kids sitting down with their bags in the seat. Stuff like that. It turns my stomach when I see it. I'm like, yo, move your bag so this lady can sit down, man.
No respect.
And we out of time, and we had to do a part 2. But Fred, we here every Tuesday at 8:00, man. But this is
all right. Like I said, I just switched shifts. I'll be with you cats, man.
Okay.
These are the kind of conversations, man, that need to be had. These are the kind of topics that need to be discussed, man. And we need to do it till we run out of breath, because it's not, anytime we want to tag along to school, man, I'm telling you, man, these kids in high school, man, they don't think about tomorrow, man. They selfish. They think about themselves, man. They have no work ethic. Not all of them, but
I told you,
they're quick tempered. You can't talk to them.
But they think
they know everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say this real quick. Unfortunately, most of them are raised by women, and a woman can't raise a man. They can raise a boy, but they cannot raise a man.
Absolutely right.
That's a whole nother show, because we talk about this a lot. My sons and I. One thing they've done, and we can close on this successfully, is pit African American women against African American men. Just around what Fred said, because I agree with Fred wholeheartedly. What happens is, like when my wife was talking to my sons when they were growing up, she was talking about the kind of man she wanted them to be.
Right.
She wasn't talking about manhood. She wanted to design them to be.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think we see more and more of that. And so they call it toxic masculinity now, because you stand up for yourself, man, or macho, all kind of stuff they call it. And we're not teaching our boys, to Fred point, men. We teach them that men beat people up. Men, do this. Do
women.
That. Or they're the whole totally opposite. They soft spoken. They just all laid back. And so I think this contributes heavily to what we're talking about, because that's not a generation that's going to fight.
No.
That's
not fight anybody else. They'll fight their own.
Yeah, they'll fight each other.
Yeah, they'll fight their own. They'll fight harder against their own than they will.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna leave y'all cats with this one. I don't know where it is. Men need to get in touch with their feminine side. I'm clueless on that one. I'm clueless.
We got another show coming. Anyway,
all right.
Let's close out on the song, man. So
all right, guys.
He never heard it. I gotta let him hear the whole song, man.
All right,
Yeah,
y'all
you gotta
take
hear
it
the
easy.
song. You gotta hear the song, Fred.
Oh, my fault.
We got theme song.
Oh, all right. My bad.
Yeah. Let me take you back to the place where we grew. It was more than just a track in the schoolyard vibes where legends were made. Boys turned to men in the games that we played. Under the sun, life's lessons came raw. Every challenge faced made us stronger for sure. Running through the dirt with our dreams in the race. Competing for respect, every heart was in place. Those playground rules, they became our creed. From basketball courts to the fields of speed. We hustled and flowed with every passing day. Learning how to stand up when life's in the way. In the schoolyard, that's where
All right. Yes, sir.
hand in hand, through sweat and pain, through laughter and tears, we connected for life, through our hopes and fears. Remember those battles, we fought tooth and nail, pushing through the struggle, we were destined to prevail, tagging walls with dreams, spitting rhymes on the fly in the chaos of youth. We reached for the sky, from playground kings to the dreams we pursued, every moment we shared, the lessons infused, trust built on loyalty, respect to life in every corner, in the heart of the crew. In the schoolyard, that's where it began, brotherhood forged, hand in hand, through sweat and pain, through laughter and tears, we connected for life.
Hey, Fred, know the funny thing?
What's that?
This our first time hearing it too.
I knew you.
Oh, okay.
I done heard it a couple times.
He's joking.
Oh,
He's joking, man.
that's what's up, man.
We're in a different studio, Fred. The other stuff was kind of messed up.
Yeah.
This being the wise age.
Yeah,
man.
the other stuff was broke up. You heard like a quarter of the song.
Who is this?
Yeah.
It's not words, but it's AI.
AI.
I picked the beat. AI kind of put it together.
Oh, that's what's up.
But that bond never breaks, carrying the memories through all the heartaches. From boys to men, we made our way through in the fabric of life. I'm proud of
Man, how you know I ain't want to take credit for that, man? How you know I
We
want
know,
to take credit for that?
look, we know your voice, bro. We don't hear
It's
no
things, yeah, right away.
Because I was going to say, that sound like a other one. I'm the brother, man.
But the other man.
All right, man. It's a great show, man.
Yes, sir.
I'll be y'all in early next week, right?
All right.
Next Tuesday, brother.
Hey, brothers, y'all have a great
Love.
time, man. Be safe.
Love
Love y'all,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Love y'all.
Peace.
Love y'all.